Alright guys, BLM here, back with more Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's nighttime now. It's 11 o'clock. Work today, not too much though. It's kind of just a whatever day. But yeah, home. Started listening to the RHAP LFC Roundtable, and now we're gonna continue on with the game. Again, we're pretty close to the end. Oh yeah, I forgot we got here. That's where we ended. It's a really nice view. Actually, I kind of want to see look at this.
Also, the thing that worries me about Kevin is, like, look, we got to the end.
So this is 7. That's 6. 5's over there. So 8 is also destroyed, right? Or is that where, I mean, at least that's where to make a reactor. Look at the beginning of the game, right? Yeah, either way. Let's continue on. So yeah, we're close to finishing the game. We are, I don't remember, like we're on chapter 15, right? And there are 18. So. From what I understand though, we still have about like 10 hours left. Like not even 9 hours so left, so it might still take a while, but I'll try to put the game ready on tomorrow. Okay, let's pause this.
Run!
Okay.
Run, damn it, run! Move your ass! Shit, look out!
I was gonna say battle, but I don't wanna get people so
It's getting tired of playing tag anyway.
Bailey? Oh yeah, I didn't vote to this time. Shit. Yeah, I forgot about that. I would give Bailey the 5.
last week was 8.
Yeah, I would have given her 5, I think. Maybe 6. Somewhere.
It's on you.
All set.
Need my help, do you?
Fuck. Yeah, I think 6 is about fair. Because I think even a 5 is fair, but like I probably would have gone for 6. Because like despite her, yeah, I think it's like I think Devon I would give a 5. So I mean, actually, I don't know, maybe I would give Devon a 4. Yeah, I think I would give Bailey 6. I think she's doing pretty well position-wise still. And I think she's kind of in a position now where I think Devon would go home over her. But I do think she's been harmed by her association to Devon.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's go, bitch, out of the sky.
This is like barely. Yeah, like I feel like her position is like has gone down, but not because of the actions of herself. And as far as wait, what?
What the hell?
Wait, okay, well that's cool. Yeah, work was pretty uneventful. I didn't end up getting any work done on my 5-minute challenge video I wanted to, but I did get some other stuff from my other goals. Some minor stuff. Really, I don't think really that much.
And I get it. Chris is like, she seems so like nice and like, you know, take the lead. Like anytime I see her on stage or wherever in the diary room, I actually really like her, and I remember tweeting this Chris on her. Like, for whatever reason, I cannot like want to like play Chris. So she makes me so angry. I get it, but I don't like it. I just stop her. But anyway, back to her. I really like the entry for the house. I feel like she can put herself in the but I think right now she's
There we go. Got it.
Yeah, I gave, I don't see them later, but I gave
We win again. Not that there was ever any doubt.
And I do agree with Brent on this one, as does the audience, who also gave her a 6. I feel like the problem here for Bailey is that
Shit!
I think her social game remains like completely on point here.
Yeah.
She's still very good socially. I think the problem that she had on the was a strategic game. And part 2 was that she wanted to have her strategically, she made her mistakes, right? And so a little bit of that in the week right now, where
Okay, this is kind of ridiculous, but okay, cool.
small errors, she's trying to stay on too much to guide the direction of where they're going. She's exposed the fact that she doesn't trust the
Yeah, my hard drives aren't coming until Thursday still. Sucks. I really wish it came yet tomorrow. Because it's gonna come on now. It's gonna come on Thursday, which I work on Thursday, so I won't be able to do anything with it until nighttime. If not until Friday. Well, if it came tomorrow, I could spend a lot tomorrow doing it, which I have off. But oh well.
And there's still more to come.
Yes, sir.
Hope everybody's warmed up.
Also on the outs with her now. Her only connections are with people outside of the power structure now who are in a lot of trouble, and she really has to hope that there is an HOH from
Is that it for
Janelle or
chapter
Kaser
15?
who like need to win an HOH. And here's the problem too.
Oh my god, it is. Okay. Only 3 more chapters.
Look, they have 2 options in front of them, I think. They cannot choose the 3rd option, because there are 3 options total, but there's 2 good options. One is fully embrace Cody's group and just work your way back in on them, work on those relationships, get in back into the core, you know, do a Vanessa, do a Tyler, do
Here's the shot.
get back into that power structure. That's one option that they can do, and it might, you know, they might find
There
some
we
success
go.
there. Second option,
Badass
go
shot.
full in with Janelle
Oh,
and
just cover
Kaser,
art, feeling.
try to win the HOH. If you win, or if they win,
It's chapter
go
16.
right at Cody. Take a big swing and try to break the whole thing up as much as possible.
That's good.
Do not throw the HOH, gun for it, win it.
Which
and take
I
a
will
big
admit,
swing.
I'm not a
You
big
have to do
fan
that.
of
The third
the
option
remake
is
cover
let's
art.
just try and
Rolled out
coast
the
in
welcome
this
I don't like the
for a little
white, the
while.
abundance of
If
white.
things
Gotta
work
say,
out.
No,
I can't
that
help
is
but
the
wonder
problem.
if this is a
Listen,
lost cause.
No, I honestly, no, if, guys,
Well,
you
you
made me
know,
so excited when you were just
some
talking
lost
about
causes
them
are worth
taking a
fighting
big
for.
swing and joining up with Janelle. Like, that's what you want to see. And
Let's
honestly,
just think this
like,
through.
my thought is like, if I were to play
So,
in
I
Big
got an
Brother,
idea.
like,
Frontal
and it's
assault,
All-Star season,
guns
I've already done my
blazing.
season, whatever.
Make for a
I'm
good
gonna go
story.
in and I'm gonna do
Why'd we bring
whatever
you
it
along
takes
again?
to just like make big moves, try my best. I'm not just gonna like go in there and like
Rear
cruise to the
entrance.
end. And I just feel like
We'll get inside via the parking
you want
garage.
to play it up for the fans. You want to make it big. Like, I mean, you're getting paid to be there anyway. Like, I feel like that's
And they're all
it's
paid to
different than
be
a
there,
regular
no
season
matter
where
what
you're getting
season
paid
you're
like
on.
a stipend, like week by week. Like, you've already gotten paid 40,000, whatever it is. Like,
Security is
just go
looking
in,
pretty
guns
tight.
blazing, do what the fans want.
So
like,
they know what they're
like,
up against.
I mean,
Somehow,
Why
I don't think it's all
40,000?
for
Isn't that
us.
kind of a weird number?
Could be for Avalanche. Or maybe even
Oh,
Wu-Tang.
fuck off.
Can't be
Give
for
the
Wu
fans
Tang.
what they
What
want.
about the ceasefire?
And especially
That
for
only
some
put
of
the
these
war
people,
on
like,
pause.
who are coming in with like bad reputations or like less than great reputations. Like,
Yeah, isn't it kind of
talking
funny
about,
that, like,
Christmas or I'm
Janelle
talking about
and,
girlfriends and stuff like that. Like, you
and
wanna
like
go in and you wanna
Tyler
get the
are getting paid 40,000,
like,
the same
just
amount
go
that
and
Christmas
play
is.
We're
as
here to
hard as
rescue
you can.
Aerith, remember?
And, like, I just
We don't
feel
need
like
more attention than what we're gonna get.
it's
We need to be
today and
smart.
day, I think it is
Yeah, I
stupid
hear
that they throw
But
in
my
Yeah, why is
soul's
Barry
screaming.
doing this, by the way?
or
I
they
forgot
try
about
and,
that.
tease
It's like,
their
why the
way
fuck
back
does Barry
into
care
like,
about
that's
Aaron?
so sad,
Well, then
and
make it
I don't
easy.
want to see that. I don't get it. Like, I just think both.
No, like, why I don't understand why they don't take a big swing and why they don't pick option A or option B.
Because
but
they wanna
it
win.
definitely does feel like they are picking option C.
I find it so funny how like so many people on Twitter just simply don't understand the game of Big
That one
Brother.
there. That's a Shinra truck,
Like
isn't
it's
it?
so funny to me.
Come on.
And by what I say, like they don't understand Big Brother, they don't understand Soul strategy at all.
Like, we're just gonna sit here and cuddle like where we're safe.
Like too many people perceive what makes good TV as what a person should do, as what how someone should play.
Take option A. We're gonna go in big with Cody and Enzo. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna win HOH. We're gonna show them that we care. We're gonna get Kaser's ass up on the block. Sorry, kids. We're here to play and win the
How's it
money
looking
this
out there?
year. That's what we need to do. I would also stand
I mean, sometimes
behind
those
it.
two
I
things
would
coincide,
stand
but
and I would realize- I would
most of the
really
time,
be behind
boring
them trying to make
gameplay
an
is
assertive
the
move
better
to get themselves
gameplay.
back into the power structure
Anything?
of the
Nah.
game. But right
All
now,
clear.
this ain't it.
Roger.
Okay, so
Okay,
I
head
do
on
want
in.
to make a quick correction
So
here.
far, so good.
Christmas's rating for Bailey. Christmas was given a 6 by the audience. The audience actually did give Bailey a 7.
Where'd you come from?
Really?
You're going down. One way or another.
So Bailey's stock actually went up in terms of the stock market stuff. Because she would have went down if she
Bailey had an 8.
You're done.
Yeah, the Bailey going down. Hey, what's going on? You lost a little bit of money. So that's
Cover your hands.
Yes. So,
Bring it on.
So there you
The
go.
idea was to not get noticed.
They'll take my side.
You never planned to be stealthy in the first place.
And remember,
Going all out.
really Christmas sucks. Yeah, I think it's about right. I think I would give I think I would give Christmas a 6. 'Cause I think she's in one of the better positions in the house. However, I feel like she's also not really.
it's feeling like a proper
I just can't see Christmas winning still.
Let's keep moving. Should be a service entrance in the back.
What's the situation? Can't get in contact with me.
You're done.
Christmas, yeah, the house Christmas winning. Wait, did I just go? Where the fuck am I going? Oh, I'm going nowhere. Okay.
No holding back. Let's do this.
I think she's in a better spot. Yeah,
I think I gave her.
Let's do this.
won't give up.
You're done. Going in.
Give you credit, because the reason that Rodner brought back Christmas is because they're so in love with that goddamn jingle sound every time that someone says her name, says anything with Christmas. That's the reason that they brought her back. As far as the game is concerned, though, I give her a 6.
Ain't no sugar pump taking that down.
I think she's a good game. She don't hell.
Using force!
The reason why
You're mine! No, you don't!
Fuck.
Don't stop now.
Finish him off. Give him your all. Come on. Freeze.
You ain't gonna get away!
Kill this one.
I'm going serious athlete!
I've got this. Let's do this.
Yeah, I thought about 7, but now I think it's 6.
Let's finish him.
You're mine!
Finish him off. Keep it up. Bring it.
That's that.
Yeah, I just feel like Christmas is a complete misunderstanding. Yeah, that's...
I think she accidentally found herself here. She just happened to be somebody that Kaser had a weird read on, and that's why he approached Christmas and
Nobody's home.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where they might be holding Aerith?
I'm thinking a research facility. That'd make the most sense.
And where is that?
How do you fucking know?
Upper floors. Maybe near the top. That's where you are.
Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe we can use the console at the reception desk to find out.
thinks that Christmas is somebody that they can work
This
with.
building's
when
incredible.
in reality, it's not really true. And she doesn't do a great job of playing the
One of
role
these days I'll
either.
tear it down.
It's just that Janelle and Kaser don't
But
really
not
have
today.
a lot of other options anyway. I don't think this spot is really going to last all that much. And on top of that, she gives away all of her information to Tyler and most of her information to the
I don't know
Memphis
about
group,
you,
who are
but
all just kind of
I
like
don't think
using
we should
her
try
to some
touching
degree.
it.
So she
Shit,
still has
making
kind of a
life
hill to
hard.
climb
Let's just
here.
keep heading up.
But I do think that she has a decent chance to do well in this game. I think that she will probably last a while. I think that she is gonna maybe be good at competitions, and that's valuable. But she does talk about herself a lot. And when she's
So,
like
how
her
do we get
social
up there?
game
Either
is
the
just
elevator
enough
or the
that,
emergency
like, she gets
stairwell.
along with people,
Isn't the lab we're looking
but
for on one of
not
the top
enough that
floors?
she doesn't start to grate
I
on
think we
people,
take
and
the
not enough
elevator.
that she can like really make intense personal connections with people. And I think that's gonna get in the way of potentially winning the
getting
game
upstairs without a
in
key
the end.
card.
And I don't try to take
we're
that
gonna
too
need a
much
few
into
before
account
this
because
is
there's a
over.
lot of games to be played, and especially for somebody like
Pretty
Christmas
sure I
who might
saw
go to a
one
lot of
lying around.
competitions. It might not matter because competitions can outweigh social game when it comes to jury votes. But I do think it matters when it comes
the
to being
reception
included in the
desk.
power structure,
Yeah,
being
but
seen
how to
as
get in?
disposable, and I
Go
don't know
up
if
and
that
over,
she can
maybe?
hold this sort of like double agent role for too
Look.
long, and so I'm gonna have
Pretty
to
sure
go
we could reach
with
it
a
if we
6,
hop
and
across
that's
those
gonna give
lights.
Christmas a 6.
Yeah, it's fair. I don't know
I don't
where.
know.
Like, has Christmas ever done anything that someone didn't tell her?
I think think I'll give it a shot.
in the Big Brother house? Like, I know she
As
never
the latest one here, I figure I've got the best chance. You two can sit back and watch.
of her own volition to get herself in a good spot. Like, other people do things to put themselves in good spots. She does things, it seems like, for other people to get into good spots. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's a people fan.
Sorry. Wait, we're playing as Tifa?
Let's talk about
Okay, that's cool. Sorry, I'm throwing some
an
stuff
interesting
out.
one.
Okay.
I gave him an 8 last time.
Cody, I'll
and
drop
I felt
to
very good about what he was doing last week.
7.
I do not feel as good about what he's doing
Maybe 6.
this week. I do think that he is still in the
6.
best position within the power structure.
Yeah.
He is
But he is being
vulnerable to being
targeted.
targeted next
Yeah.
week. It's not out of the realm
Okay,
of
guys.
possibility.
Wish me luck.
If Janelle or Kaser wins an
Aren't they always?
HOH and they have like slightly more than a 10% chance of winning, like I don't know, like just guessing like a 15% chance, like that's not insignificant. And if they do, they are targeting Cody specifically. We're looking at Cody and Tyler probably on the block, with Cody as the target, and with Tyler on the block next to him, I do think that Cody could be sent home. I think it could be close, but I think he could be sent home. And the fact that he could be sent home as early as next week, that's gonna be big for me, because I don't see anybody being talked out of this. I think that they are gunning for Cody. They have been doing it for a while. Kaser and Janelle keep talking this week. There's a recurring argument they have that's been taking place over the week, which
Wait,
is,
what am I doing?
can you believe, Kaser, how dumb you were last week when you were telling me that you wanted to work with Cody, that you got tricked by Cody because he's so charismatic into wanting to work with him, and Kaser goes, "What? No, that wasn't me. That was you. You were the one that said that we should work with Cody." And Janelle's like, "No, it was you." Like, they're making fun of each other for having the audacity of ever entertaining the thought of working with Cody. I don't see that really changing as early as next week, and that makes me worry for Cody in terms of, staying in the house. He also cannot compete in the safety competition, although I think some people would save him in the safety competition if they won it. So that's probably his biggest saving grace. So,
Actually, I
with all
forgot
that in
about that,
mind,
too.
I also have to account for the fact that this was his first real challenge in the game that he has had to deal with without the aid of Derek, and I was not super impressed with how he dealt with it. Typically what you'd see in a situation like this where people are starting to stray and worry is that Cody would have sat down with Derek, he would have given him the information, they would have processed it together, and they would have come up with a game plan, they would have executed the game plan, everything would have been fine by the end of the day. It's not what happened here with Cody. Cody kind of approached it a little more emotionally. It's kind of what we expected from him. He approached A and Bay, and he tried to be like, "Why are you doing this? Well, you should trust me." And that wasn't the way to do it, and they ended up separating. They don't trust Cody anymore, and the group has weakened in its influence and power. And if this is an indication of Cody's ability to hold a group like this together, I don't have nearly as much faith in his ability to keep it together long term. So with all that in mind, it's going to be a 6 for Cody from
I
me.
think 6 or 7.
Brent,
I think it's
what are
really
your thoughts?
close.
So,
I would still give him a
gave him a
7.
7 last week, and I was vacillating between giving him a 6,
There we
and
go.
6 or a 7 this week. And ultimately, I came down to keeping it at a 7, and this is the reason why. Assuming Anthony gets evicted, there's only going to be 5 people playing in the safety competition. Tyler's
think a
one of
lot
those
of them are
people.
saving Cody.
Memphis is one of those people. I think both people would also save Cody. I think Enzo is actually one of those people as well. So Enzo, I think, would also save Cody. So
Hand over
3
hand, huh?
people next
That's
week
fine.
competing.
Oh,
I
this
think
was in the demo. I
would
forgot
all
about that.
save Cody and make him
Yeah,
their
that was the trailer.
+1. Add to that the fact that there's a veto that I have every confidence he could win, and that's assuming that Kaser and Janelle win HOH, which again is like 50% chance, but who knows what the competition's going to be. And
Yeah, I would
he's
give him a
very
7.
social. People like Cody. I know that J.E.
Is he still in a dominant
really aren't feeling
position?
him lately, but
He's still in a
a lot of
dominant
people
position.
in
The
house
chance that he
are.
goes
They
home
like
is
Cody,
a
and they
15%
get along
chance,
with
like,
him well,
like
and
what
I
was
think
it?
they
10 to
see
15%
Cody
chance
as
that
being
Kaser Janelle win
less
HOH.
sneaky
Plus also him
than
not winning the
Tyler,
safety
although
competition,
I
plus
know, I think
also
about it,
not
I don't
winning
know
the
necessarily.
veto,
I think
plus also getting
Yeah,
voted out after that.
I think they
It's
see
like
them
that's
about
such
the same,
that's
maybe
still a
Cody little
small
bit less.
percent
I think
chance.
they see Cody as a little bit less less trustworthy than Tyler and less sneaky than Tyler.
So, I mean,
but
I do think
still, like, they
overall,
trust
I
him.
mean,
So,
I would
overall, I kept
still,
it at a 7. I just, like, dropping Cody down to a 6.
again, yeah, I just don't feel like a 6.
Basically, I'm like, I almost want to give him a
This
6,
isn't
but I'm
so
like, I'm
bad.
not going to be fooled again. Like, I feel
close
like
now.
Cody's going to do
Just
well.
need to make it over
He's got
there.
a golden tab set up in front of him. Like, we all know how this is going to end.
fuck.
So, like, until the story
Wait, what?
changes,
Where am I going?
I'm not gonna buy the bullshit anymore. I'm already preparing myself for, like, I'm preparing myself for Franzel to be in the final 2.
Oh, okay.
Like, I really am. Like, Franzel, really.
Well,
I'm
that'll
telling
buy.
you guys. Yeah.
Spoilers for Frenzel.
Yeah. I really am. I think that.
Oh, Franzel gets to the
just don't
end.
even know
I
what it
think
would
she's
take
one of
at
the
this
best
point
players to
get
ever
her out of
play
the
the
house.
game.
But we're on Cody, and it's a 7.
All right,
Yeah,
Melissa.
I think I would give Cody a 7 as well. I gave him an 8 last week, and so I do think he's in a worse off position just because there are people who are targeting him, whereas last week...
Yeah, I think I gave him an
didn't
8
seem like
last week.
anybody
I think his
was
position
interested
has
in
gone
targeting him, or at
down,
least
but I
they
still
didn't
think
see-
he's in
They
a
thought that he
position.
want to work with them and wouldn't want to,
Just
you know,
need to
go
get
against
across
him.
those
But
platforms.
it does seem like now he has more people targeting him. However, it's only a couple people. And also, he has so many other people on his
Not one that's
side,
you.
like Brent said, people who would compete the stages week and save him.
This is such a weird
And
section.
also the fact is that there are a lot of people that if Cody ends up on the block next to them by the end of the week, I think Cody would stay for
Yeah.
a lot of them. And so I think there's only some specific circumstances where Cody would go home at the end of the week if he's on the block. And so I do think that I don't see him going home next week. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, but at this
Right.
point, I don't see him going
I would
home.
be stunned if that actually happened. If Cody actually went home in week 3
Right.
of All Stars.
I just don't see it.
We got a whole new game. But like,
Yeah, totally. It'd be
Show me
really
how that's
exciting,
gonna
but
happen.
I don't think it's happening. And so that's why I do think he's in a worse off position just because he does have people targeting him. But
while we're on it,
not that bad.
since we've already discussed Bailey, what would Bailey do if she won HOH, Taryn?
That's what I'm saying. That's like I think she would need to take a shot. Because who else is she gonna go after? Like Ian?
I don't know if
uh,
she would. I honestly don't think that she would take a shot. Like, I mean, I think she'd take a shot, but I don't think she would take like the big shot. Like, I don't think she'd go against Cody.
Yeah, I think
just
she'll
don't-
probably go for
I think she
Ian.
might try and like pick off someone from that side of the house, maybe. But I don't know if I
She
should
put up
against Cody.
Franzel?
No.
She doesn't have much of a relationship with her.
Actually,
I
yeah.
could see a situation
actually, yeah,
where
actually,
she's like,
Ian-
I'm not working with
Ian and
Nicole,
Franzel.
so
It's a weird shot to take though. Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
put Frenzel, you might as well take a shot at Cody.
I might be able to
Yeah.
disable security
But
from
I don't
here.
know that
but
she
she
would
could
actually.
just say like Nicole is my target. Like I'm gonna put up somebody else like and not
Damn,
piss
girl.
off Cody.
Oh, but Cody's gonna be pissed off.
Well, yeah, but at that point she thinks
But
he
I
might not
didn't do
be.
anything.
Yeah.
Like right?
Shit,
Because like
I'll take it.
I don't know.
And this is the problem. This is why I think
the research facilities on.
I think so. Give me a sec. Bingo. Professor Hojo's lab. 65th floor looks like. Huh. Guess we can only get to the 59th floor via the elevators or stairs.
Convenient.
To access any level above that, we need to check in at the Skyview Hall reception.
59th floor it is then.
Right.
he's not gonna try very hard.
Ugh.
The chat is saying Memphis and Ian.
Oh, in
I don't
Memphis.
think
I
she
forgot
goes
about
for Memphis
Memphis.
because that pisses off Janelle and Kaser just as much as anything else.
And I don't think she goes for Ian because I feel like she recognizes that Ian isn't like. I don't
Also,
know.
let's not forget she has a gentleman's agreement with Memphis.
I forgot about that.
And even beyond that, like she talks well of Memphis. Like she speaks highly of Memphis, not highly, but like she feels comfortable with Memphis because she was one of the only people he said he was not going to put on the block prior to the nominations. And Day is recognized that she's like, Bay got a confirmation that she was good. I didn't get one of those. Like why didn't I get one of those?
Nope.
So.
We're a lot less likely
Yeah,
to get
I don't
caught
know.
this way.
I don't know. It could be
But
Danny,
a
I
lot
guess. I
more
don't know.
likely
Like I
to
said,
die
I think
for
she
it.
would need to take the shot. It definitely wouldn't be Christmas.
Oh, we actually have
I'm
the
worried
time
that she
right
could
here.
be talked into Janelle and Kaser. I really am. Like, if
Please
like, if,
no.
if
Please no. Oh my god.
I think
it
you can
could
be
be
talking
like
to Kaser.
Nothing to
Bessie, where like he wins and then we're happy, and then like
And then we're
I think
devastated.
that's
and then we're devastated,
Janelle.
yeah, because like he's an idiot and puts up Scotty or something. Like I feel like that they could win, and then like Cody's up in her ear, Tyler's in her ear, Franzel's in her ear. They're all saying the same thing. You know, you gotta
Wonder
put
what
up
it's
the
like up
case or
there.
More security and restrictions.
God, that would be so sad.
Alright, well listen,
You know
listen,
Bailey's
listen,
stock would like plummet.
listen,
Everyone would
listen
be
to
so
me.
pissed.
Bailey has
As you
an
pace yourself, you'll be
excellent
fine.
life outside
Maybe
the
we
house,
should take a
okay?
quick
She
break.
really does.
Come on, Barry.
I'm hoping she just says, screw all you, I'm gonna do what I want.
You can
I'm
stop
hoping,
if you want.
hoping
Can
she
even
does,
say
but
it's
she's
for
gonna
me.
win it first.
Just say
Wait,
you
do we
can-
actually have
If
to
she's
do
really
this?
playing for day,
You
like
jackass.
Swaggy says, then
That's
just
enough from both of you.
take the shot at Cody and go down, right? That's the only thing that can save Day's game at this point, I think. So, the audience, in a very close vote, gave Cody a 7.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Alright?
So 7 for Cody.
Hey,
Let's talk
wait up.
about Danny. Let's talk about Danny.
Danny, I would give
Um,
a 5.
Danny, let's start with
Yeah.
Brent. How do you feel about Danny?
Guess
I mean,
these labs
like, here's the thing. I feel relatively good
are
about
all the
Danny.
way.
I really do. I know that she's made a few people
Like,
distrustful
I think
of
she's
her.
definitely
Tyler in
worse
particular,
in her
but
position.
like Tyler isn't inclined to go against her anytime soon. So
Good to know.
overall, I feel like she's played a pretty good game. I gave her a 7 last week, but I am gonna slightly knock her down to a 6. I do think that there are a
I'll
couple
keep an
of
eye
different
on
ways
Barry.
that she could end up on the block. Ironically, I don't think that Janelle is
I don't think
one
she's
of
going
those
home
ways.
immediately. I just think
don't
her
think
position
that Janelle
overall
ever
is
goes after
definitely assist.
Danny. I think that Janie even said something on the feeds at one point about how she's just made an agreement with, right? That was the thing that we got outside this house. She made an agreement with Danny not to target her, even though
Yes.
Danny doesn't have any gripes about targeting Janelle. Like, it's a one-way deal as far as Danny is concerned. So, I don't know, but I do think there are a couple ways that she can go out. And she's played a little messier this week. Also, like, even though the talk with Memphis, you know, it's not going to pay any immediate dividends insofar as causing anything bad to happen to her, I do feel like that her anger at Memphis
Only
when she was
halfway.
discussing possibly backdooring
Not even
Janelle and
halfway,
Kaser
actually.
before the veto happened,
59, right?
like, the anger was showing on her face. Like, you could tell that she
Just
was
a few
irritated.
floors
Now, if
behind
Memphis,
you.
I don't know if Memphis picked up on that or not. I kind of feel like he did. But she doesn't know how to hide her feelings that well. She's not a good liar. We talked before. You talked about that on the feed update of today with Mel. But overall, I don't trust her, so I did knock her down a peg to a 6.
Melissa?
I said, wait up.
You're muted.
Sorry, I'm muted.
Yeah.
I would have to.
Tired?
I think I have to give her a 6 as well, and I gave her an 8.
What?
I thought she was playing a really great game. I thought that she was
Oh,
making
she's
a
talking
bunch of
about last week?
allies and really
Oh, yeah, she's
kind of
talking
just
last week, right?
blending in. Like,
What are we waiting
besides
for?
actually like making allies, I thought that there wasn't anything really negative I could point out last week. But I do
really
feel
are
like
doing
this
better.
week she's being a little messy and
we gotta
she's
keep
telling people things that maybe she shouldn't be telling them, or like making people distrust her. And overall, she's not really helping
fucking
herself at
dumb,
all. If
though,
anything,
actually.
she's hurting herself. So I just feel like she's not playing that great, and I'm not very impressed. And I just, I don't know. There's not really that much more to say. I think that she just isn't playing as well as she was last week, and
Wait, what?
I have less
Fucking
faith
catching up?
in her moving forward. But you know, we'll see.
Alright, I also gave her a 6. It's 6 across the board for me so far. This week has really leveled out
Yeah, I think
the
5 or
field a
6
little bit more
is
than
where,
before,
yeah.
I think, and people
think
are
I would
not
lean
playing
towards
nearly as
5.
well this week as they did last week, in my opinion.
These
It was a major
stairs
screw up to
never
make,
gonna end.
try to make this alliance with Janelle. Big mistake. It caused her to have to cover for that
Wait, what?
for days.
How did you get ahead of me?
It caused big ripples in her alliance. Another screw up choosing to not believe Tyler in the Tyler versus Day
I don't think the
situation
stairs
and
are
make it
talking.
obvious that she didn't believe
duh.
Tyler, then go to Tyler and be like, now I trust you. She's completely lost Tyler's trust. She's also lost Cody's trust. Cody doesn't trust her very much either. But despite all of that, she does remain in a good position.
Yeah. That's the thing, like,
that's the
she's
thing.
positioned well
Yeah.
for
Nobody's coming for
the
her
next few
anytime
weeks,
soon.
but I just feel like she's not going to make it to the
And
end.
even if Janelle or Kaser win, Janelle has this deal that the pregame, right? So she's is good. She's covered on all sides, and because Bailey and Devon screwed up so bad, they are now below her in the pecking order, so she's not even at the bottom of that. So she has a long time to recover from any of these mistakes that were made. The only problem is she made these mistakes, which tells me she's probably going to make more in the future. So,
Yeah.
6 from me.
That's where I'm coming from too. Like, as far as like her actual play this week, I feel like it's more indicative of like a 5 or a 4. But I've always talked about this when I give out my ratings. Like, if I'm not sure of what to do with someone, I'm looking at their play and I'm looking at their position. I'm always going to side with the position in the house. Like, what is their position? Because position is king. You can overcome a lot in the Big Brother house through with bad strategy and bad moves that you make if you're positioned well. But you know, bad positioning just usually leaves you out the door.
Yeah, and she played so well last week that making the mistakes this week did not knock her down as far as she would have gone down if she had not been so well insulated.
Yeah.
The audience agrees with us. They gave her a 6 as well, so it's going to be straight 6s on the board for Danny.
Yikes, that's a fall.
Is that a fall? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She was an 8.
Ooh, yep, there it is.
Sorry to
Oh,
whoever bought Danny's stock.
I almost bought Danny.
Yikes.
All right, so let's talk about David. Let's talk about David.
David, I would give a 3.
David, I am going to give David
I'll say 2.
a 2.
Yeah, like
Me too! Oh my god!
Me too.
Go ahead.
He's been campaigning terribly, telling Janelle that he's gunning for Memphis and that she's in the crosshairs, but
if he
he'll
makes
maybe
past
give
this
her
week,
a
I don't
week.
think he's been targeted
Terrible
again for
move to tell
a
Day
while.
about the boys thing. It was just terribly delivered. He continues to not win competitions. He continues to not be well respected in the house and as a game player. Really, the only positive that he has going for him is that he's got Tyler in his corner. And let me tell you, I have no idea what's going on here, but I was reading some updates as we talked, and he was like questioning if he actually had Tyler to people who is definitely going to get back to Tyler, and that's not going to be good news for him. And I will also give him this, that Memphis came for him pretty hard, and I do think that he responded well, and that he played it up for sympathy, and he did not rise to it. A lot of players in this situation wouldn't be able to help themselves, and they would fight with Memphis, and they would make it obvious that they're against Memphis. David is able to keep his cool, and I do think that that is valuable in the game. So like he's not going home probably, and he's not like just completely dead in the water, but it's hard to see David winning this game.
It really is. I have to say, I don't think I have ever seen someone in the Big Brother house, and maybe I'm being unfair, but, you know, I have a short...
70, 80,
Drop the
90,
controller.
100%, 110. Mako supersaturation confirmed.
We've seen this one before, right? It's been a while.
Engaging materia cooling to reduce temperature.
She's using a guy as her footstool.
Madam Director, you have a meeting shortly.
Stop. Your
Scar.
timing
That's who
is
Scarlet is?
impeccably atrocious.
I remember seeing that name in the
Mako
IMDb
density
thing.
and materia integrity are both holding steady.
Registering mass increase in core materia.
Because I am kind of disappointed that we're reaching the end here. Because this does really feel like a game on an epic scale. And then know that we're like reaching the end of what is available right now. It's kind of disappointing.
Show me something truly exquisite.
Contaminants registered.
We're leaving.
Materia growth accelerating, outpacing models. Registering crystallization within the reserve tanks.
The reaction is out of control! We have to stop it quickly!
Clean up the mess, would you?
Ma'am.
So this is the Skyview Hall, huh? Bet this place cost a fortune and then some.
Let's look for reception.
Okay. Went here. How long is this chapter then? We're 19 hours in. Almost 20 hours actually. Okay. Yeah, let's end. Next episode continue on. For now, thanks for watching.